Today I'm doing the front and rear brake pads on a 2022 BMW X3, and I'm doing just the pads, not the rotors. The car has about 55,000 miles on it, so I don't think the rotors quite need it yet. You can see when I start the car, I get a message for service overdue. And on here it's saying brake pads need to be replaced. So I believe the brake pad sensor has been triggered. So let's get the car up in the air and take the wheels off. So I'm starting in the back of the car. Here's our brake caliper with the pads inside, one on this side, one on the back side. And I have the car supported by a jack back here for safety, just in case something were to happen. Never trust your floor jack by itself. And I was able to jack up the back of the car high enough to get the front off the ground just a little bit. So I should be able to work on the fronts without having to move the floor jack. So it's just 2 bolts to get this to pop off so you can get to the pads. You have the bolt back here, and a matching one on the bottom. So undo those 2 bolts and pop this open. So this bolt was spinning as I was trying to take off the bolt I wanted, and the area between here is too narrow for a wrench to get on it. So what I ended up doing was holding that nut with a pair of pliers like this. And now we have access to these pads. What we're going to have to do also is this piston inside of the caliper is pushed out, and we need this space to be bigger to fit the new thicker pads. So this is going to have to be retracted back into the piston. We're going to do that by taking this motor off, and there should be a wrench spot in there for us to turn it and get this piston to retract back into here. Alright, time to take off this electronic motor that's used for the electronic parking brake. There's just 2 bolts. It's this one right here, and there should be a matching one on the other side, right here. To get this motor off, I had to disconnect the electrical connector here. There's a little tab right there. You push down, pull this off, and now this metal bracket's able to pivot up and out of the way. I find that easier than taking the brake line off up here. I tried that first, and it's pretty stiff. So after I do this, I should be able to pull the motor off now. And all I'm doing here is I have a 12-point T45 sized bit in here. And you put it in, and you're going to turn it clockwise. And clockwise backs this off so you can push this piston back into the housing. This will make enough room for the new pads to fit in here. So I have the motor put back on the caliper, and this is fully retracted. Now we can take out the old brake pads and these guides. I have new ones. Here's my old one, here's my new one. So you can see how much more material is on top. Same with the pad in the back. And then there's this guide on the bottom and top, and I have new ones. So we'll clean up this area, grease up our new ones, and put the new pads in. So I put the new clips in, top and bottom, and then I put the pads in the back and the front. And I put some silicone lube on the ears where they'll be sliding, and a little bit on the backing plate also, just to keep the piston from making noise or chattering. It'll just help everything slide and move easily. But now it's time to put the caliper back on. Alright, it's back on, just got to put the bolts in. And we're going to torque these to 24 foot-pound. And there we go. one rear brake is done. I'll do the same on the other side. And the only difference is going to be that this sensor will snap into the brake pad. I'll try to show that. Alright, so I'm over on the passenger side now, just to show you the brake pad sensor. If you look between the caliper, there's this wire that sticks in and connects in there. That's the sensor. To get the caliper off, we're just going to disconnect the cable so we can feed it through the caliper. Back here, you can trace the cable up into there. And eventually it comes back into this plastic box. So we just need to open that box. So pull this connector out of the box. Mine's got this blue piece on it. And all I'm going to do is push on this tab right here and pull it apart. Not too bad. And now we're going to disconnect this cable from all of its mounting points. There we go. Maybe get a screwdriver to help. There we go. And now we just have this cable hanging out so we can remove the caliper. So when you pull off that rear pad, you're going to have that sensor sticking in there. And you can see right here that it ground the sensor down, which is what told your computer in the car that your rear brake pads needed changing. So when we put the new pads in, all we got to do is take this new sensor and clip this in. And now we're going to take this cable, the new sensor, we're going to feed it through the hole on our caliper. Alright, now it's through. We can put the caliper in place, bolt it up, and then all we need to do is route this cable back where it came, clip it into the few mounting spots it had, clip it up to there, and close this box up. And I fed the new sensor line back through all the spots that it has to be clamped in place to keep the wire out of the way of all the moving suspension stuff. Clipped in there too. Also clipped in back here. And then I plugged it back up to its connector. Make sure the grommets are in the box nicely and everything's tucked in there well. And now we can just close that box up. And we are ready to put the wheel back on. All right, onto the front wheels. The fronts are very similar to the rears, but even easier. There's no electronic parking brake. This one on the driver's side does have the brake pad sensor, so I'll show you that when we get into it. But same as before, we're going to take off the bolt on the top of the caliper here and the bolts on the bottom. Then this whole thing should pop off like before. So up here we have this little box. There are two clips on the bottom. You're going to lift those so you can get the box open. And you can pull out this connector. And there's a button, left hand right here, button right there on the left side. Push down, pulls apart, and now you can pull this cable out of all the areas that it's connected to the car. So there's one, that one's out. And now the cable's hanging free. We should be able to pull the caliper off and just feed this through. There we go. All right, we need to squeeze this piston back into the housing. So I'm going to use an old brake pad and my brake pad spreader. and gently push that piston back into the housing. And that's done. Down here we can pull out the old brake pads and guides. Well, I was sent the wrong brake pads, so time to run to the store and see if they have some front pads for this car. Alright, took a quick trip to the store and got the correct pads. I have the pad that goes in the back here. I clipped in the new sensor, and it has this little nub that sticks toward the brake pad side. So when the brake pads wear down, it'll wear away that nubbin, and that'll trigger the sensor to tell you to change your brake pads. So this is a consumable sensor. It will break when the car finally tells you to change them. There are no guides that go here, like on the rear brakes. All you have are these clips that are built onto the pads. So we can go ahead and just snap in the pads, and we should be ready to put the caliper back on. Alright, the pads are pushed into place. Let's grab the caliper. And we need to feed that wire through the caliper, same way as we removed it. There we go. And now let's just slide right on there. And push in these guide pins a little bit to help get it on. And we are ready to put these two bolts back in, and of course plug our sensor back in. I'm noticing on the factory brake pad sensor there is this hose clip, so I'm going to remove this. It's between these two plastic pieces here, and I will put it onto the new sensor cable. Alright, I got the new sensor plugged back up together. I put it back in the box, making sure that this grommet here and this grommet here fit in nicely. We can go ahead and close that box. Okay. And then we got it pressed in here, pressed in here. And luckily that clip that I broke a little bit off of still holds well. And it looks like it snaps to this metal piece down here. And that holds it out of the way. So we just need to torque these up to 24 foot-pound, top and bottom, and that'll be done. Time to put the tires back on, lower the car, and do the other side. Don't forget to go around and torque all your wheels back down. My wheels take 100 foot-pound, so. Alright, I've hopped in the car. I'm going to reset that maintenance light that comes up on the dashboard. But first, I'm going to pump the brake. It's going to be really soft, so it went all the way to the floor. This is going to move all the brake components closer together since we spread everything apart. Alright, so now the pads are sitting by the rotors. The car is good. Brake pedal's firm. Let's get to resetting this light that's on here. Almost forgot. We should also do the same thing for the parking brake. So let's give that a pull. There we go. I can hear it screwing right now. And it finally stopped. Alright, to enter the maintenance menu, without pushing down the brake or doing anything, we're going to push the start button 3 times quickly. Diagnostic mode active, that's good, that's what we wanted. Make sure to push this down so that does not say park in that corner. Over here on the stalk we have the BC button. We're going to press and hold that for about 10 seconds. And this should enter us into the maintenance menu. There we go. Rear brake pads, 1,000 miles overdue. Reset possible. That's where we want to be. And with that rear brake illuminated, we're going to press and hold that same BC button for about 5 seconds. That took a little longer than 5 seconds, but now it says reset question mark. And now we're going to press and hold the BC button again to reset. Reset in progress. Perfect. Reset successful. We're going to do the same thing for the front brake pads also. Reset successful. And all is good. And I can turn off the car, turn it on, take over a test drive, make sure everything works okay. Test drive went well. Brakes are nice and firm and they bite well. And that is it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out my other videos.